Many of you have actually been asking me about the care worker visa and whether the UK government will actually be extending the initial deadline past the 15th of February 2023. Now, as most of you will know, care workers were actually placed on the UK's shortage occupation list early last year, okay, and they became eligible to actually apply to come into the UK using the health and care worker visa route. Now, this arrangement was actually supposed to come to a stop 15th of February this year. Now, latest updates on the UK government website actually states that there's been some reviews and recommendations made by the UK's Migration Advisory Committee. Okay, so this is a UK government body that usually publish updates and reports regarding some issues that they feel will actually impact and affect the UK's migration. So guys, I'm going to be sharing all the details regarding all of these recommendations, what exactly you need to know and you need to be aware of, and also really what I think you need to be doing, okay, following these updates. So do make sure you watch this video till the end to get a full brief of what you need to do. But first, if you're new here, my name is Tess, and on this channel I share a lot of useful resources for those who are looking to relocate to the UK. So if that sounds like content you'd like to see more of, then do make sure you give this video a like, make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on. Also, do make sure you are following me across all my social media platforms where I share the latest updates regarding UK immigration. You can find the links to my social media channels down in the description box below. Back in April, the UK's Migration Advisory Committee actually published a report in which a total of 19 different recommendations were made, okay, across different areas. Some of these areas that recommendations were made included recommendations relating to data, recommendations relating to workforce, strategy, pay and conditions, and immigration policy for social care. Now, some of the key recommendations that were made by the government committee included having a fully funded minimum pay rate for care workers in England, which is above the minimum wage. So as a starting point, a recommended level of £10.50 per hour ideally should actually be implemented. Another recommendation that was actually made is this proposal to actually remove the immigration skills healthcare surcharge. They also recommended that workers in social care should be paid for their time at work, okay, whether this time is spent actually traveling or sleeping, because they acknowledge that low paid workers are actually being underpaid for their time at work. Now, they've also made recommendations to maintain the current salary threshold required to apply for the health and care worker visa route. Now, one of the biggest recommendations that they actually made as part of this report they published is that they're proposing that care workers should actually be eligible to apply for the care worker visa on a permanent basis. Now, obviously, this is great news, okay, for a lot of you who have been waiting on updates regarding the care worker visa. Now, the biggest recommendation of all, in my opinion, is where they've actually mentioned that the government could introduce a scheme where an umbrella body could be appointed to sponsor care workers from overseas. And people who can show their level of need actually requires live-in care would then be able to directly recruit from this particular umbrella body. Now, these are some of the key recommendations that are directly applicable to those applying on the health and care worker visa route to come into the UK as a carer. They've gone further to acknowledge that the crisis has actually worsened since they published this report, with an estimated 70,000 more vacancies today than there was before the pandemic. They've also acknowledged that the care sector is a major user of the skilled worker route, okay, with 20% of the applications made in 2022 being made by senior care workers. Now, it should be noted that whilst these recommendations are positive and in line with some of the things we obviously want to hear, the government is actually yet to formally say whether or not they are going to be moving ahead with these recommendations, and if so, which one of these recommendations they will be moving ahead with. At this point, it's important that you keep making your applications, okay, until the HMRC or the UK government formally acknowledges that they are going to be going on board with the recommendations of making the care worker visa permanent for those who want to apply. Okay. I do want to mention that on the topic of carer related resources, I do have a couple of videos where I've gone in depth detailing what sort of websites you can actually apply to find carer jobs here in the UK to help you relocate. So do make sure you check them out, because I'll be leaving the links to those videos down in the description box below. So in light of that, if you're a care worker who's looking to come to the UK and you're looking for a sponsorship job to help you do that, do make sure you check out this video here, because this was just recently released, where I spoke about some of the newly advertised care assistant roles here in the UK which are offering visa sponsorship. For more details on how to relocate as a permanent resident and indeed visa sponsorship here in the UK, do make sure you check out this video here. If you'd like to see more update from this channel, then do make sure you give this video a like, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I'll see you in my next video.